morning, everybody. Welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison, and today we'll be going over the markets. I just need to see if I've not got the chat area set up yet. 1 wee second. I'm just going to get the chat set up. Right, got the chat set up, and just make sure we're live as well. And we are indeed. Yeah, today we'll be going over the markets, just as usual, see what's happening in the markets in place. Look at Bitcoin, see what it is. The Cme Gap has been filled on the Cme exchange. So I don't know if that is going to count or not, but we'll take it as it is going to count. So we'll look at the chart. I'll explain what that's about. I know I've kind of spoke about it before, so you should know kind of what I'm talking about. We'll look at a couple of news stories as well. And we'll take it from there and we'll get to chat some crypto while having a wee coffee as well. Okay, I'm just going to check something else as well. I just need to check the settings here as well. We'll dive over and we've got a system audio set up. That's fine, cool, we're all good. Okay, we have Mike D, one of our Brown admins, is in the house. Kim O'Brien is back with us. Good to see you, Kim, and glad to hear you're feeling better as well. We have Ross Davison in the house as well. Good morning to you. Jean is in the house, and good that you put that kind of trade on yesterday as well. I'm glad to see you're doing well with that. Gordy Boy is in the house as well. Gary Stewart is back with us as well. Good to see you here as well. Okay, right. Did I post? I did. Everything good there. Okay, we're just going to look at the overall market capitalization and the overall markets. So we've got an overall market capitalization of 254 billion. We've got Bitcoin dominance of 66.8%. So Bitcoin dominance is going down slightly, which is good, but Bitcoin price is going up. So we're at $9,410 for the Bitcoin price, aggregated price across the exchanges. See who's the winners and losers. Lambda has gone up again, 21%. Algorand is up 18%. Dragon Coins up 16%. Nano is up. Exec RLC is up again, 15%. VeChain is up. Komodo is up 12%. Centrality and Omisi Go is up 10% as well. And Centrality 11.65%. So some big changes there in the alts market. We said yesterday, we looked at it and said, is this the start of alt season? Could be. And hopefully they go hand in hand, the Bitcoin price rising slowly and the alts rising slowly as well, or rising quickly. Chiliz is down 16%, understandable. It needs a little bit of a pullback before going back up again. It's just went parabolic over the last couple of months. KuCoin shares is down to $1.37. Educate is down. Bitcoin, ABBC, Swipe, Bytom is down as well, but not by that much. We've only got about 15% of the top 100 in the red. We've got 85% in the green. We'll just look at BTC value. See if it's the same. Yeah, roughly the same. About 10% in the red, 90% in the green. Okay, we'll look at all the cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap. We now have 3,070 cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap. And we'll see who's done the best. Zen Protocol up 194% on 186,000 volume, 1.7 million or 1.8 million market cap. We're just going to have to look at how we look at Zen Protocol. Litecoin Cash is up 82%, 61,000 volume. Mindall is up 77% on 5.5 million volume. Haven't heard of it. That's a lot of volume. Up 74%. We've got Bridge Protocol, 192,000 market cap, 112,000 volume, which is good. Right, have a look at this Zen Protocol. So it's been out since last year, a year and a half, or just over a year. Bilaxi it's on just now, social. June the 19th. I'm not updating social media. Need to look at that as well. Able to generate ZP through process of mining. Zen Protocol has a current supply of 26 million. Right, it's not telling us much there either. So red flag there straight away for social. So we need to look on Twitter just to see if they've updated their social media and they've just not done it on CoinMarketCap. So that'd be a red flag, but maybe worth looking into. It's just looking at the volume and the market cap as well. Might be worth looking at. Okay, crypto bubbles, very quickly. We kind of see what's happening anyway, but good to look at the kind of visual representation of what's happening. Digibyte is up 10% over the last hour. Got Molecular Future is up 6.2%, Bitcoin down 12, ERC20 down 7 as well. That's a big bubbles there. Predominantly, we're kind of reddish over the last hour, I'd say. And that's a snapshot of all the cryptocurrencies out there. We'll look at the BTC value. Turned slightly green there as well over the last 24 hours. Wixlar is up 206%, didn't see that. MVT 12.5%, OMG, we've seen that. Lambda, Algo, Maximine, RLC, Nano, all up as well. Okay, Fear and Greed Index, neutral just now, 53. Between 45 and 55, we're kind of neutral. There, so nothing much is changing at the moment. Okay, this is looking at the sentiment, so I'll just kind of refresh that and see what's happening with the sentiment. And this is collecting all data from Twitter and look at the positive and negative words associated with the tweets around a particular coin. Bitcoin has got a good sentiment at 61.45, Ethereum 66.59. What else is doing well? EOS still up there at 70.33, Litecoin 68.13. We'll look at the coins, and this is on the TIE.io, the TIE, THETIE.io. I'm not being paid to promote it or anything, I just kind of like this website. We'll see what coins. We noticed yesterday, we kept an eye on one yesterday that was doing well, which was Seller, and we'll have a look at Seller, see what it did yesterday. Seller did well on the sentiment score, and we'll have a look on what it's done. Just going to the hourly chart. So yesterday, the 5th, it did go up 49 to about 52, so it's still to fulfill its potential there. It's not crossed over on the daily, but looking to move. It's still got positive sentiment as well. So what's doing really well? Ethereum looking good from this point of view. So it's been spoken about. Meta has been spoken about. This is on KuCoin as well, and we've got the volume. What's the volume like? Reported volume 1.7 million. Really good volume there. Relative trading volume is 142%, which is good. Market cap is only 8.5 million. So Ethereum could be a good one to look at. We'll just go on to KuCoin just now, and we'll look at Meta. I would imagine that would be near the top. Meta 13.53 trading volume. You can see it's jumped up there, about 20% so far. But coming off this all-time low, so that could be a good one to look at. Ethereum. It could be a really good one to look at, actually. Yep, like the look of that. What else can we see from here? Newmark, we'll just look at the volume as well. Luna, 88 for the daily sentiment, 179,000. We'll look at the Lambda, 202% on the reported volume as well. It's only got a market cap of 40 million as well. What else is doing well? So when I'm looking at this, there's a lot of things to look at, but you can look at the relative trading volume. That tells you the volume has gone up compared to the last 30 days average trading, which is a good sign to look for. And obviously look at the daily sentiment as well. So VeChain is up. We've seen VeChain, that was one I called on the 4th of November at 46, and it's shot up to 57. I still think it's got a lot to go. VeChain, I think we're going to go up into hit the 100 mark for VeChain before Christmas. We'll see what happens there. And we'll look at the relative trading volume, see what's up, and look at So very high. So relative trading volume for Nano. So Nano is actually doing well just now. It's up 15% already. So I'm looking more and more at sentiment for swing trading. Interesting. This is really interesting site anyway to look at. So I would take a look at that, the Tidal.io. Okay, we'll see who else is in. Mark Innes, $10 donation. Thank you very much. Thanks, Stephen team, for all your support. We have a great year in front of us. We do indeed. I think it's going to be a really good year in front of us. It can't be as bad as 2018 was bad. 2019 just kind of sideways, if you will, but still losing money. And hopefully 2020 is going to be the year that a lot of us are going to be in the money. Okay, we'll have Marcus Jafari is in. Mervyn Skidmore is back with us. Cheers, Stephen. Finally getting the hang of these calls and training on them. Thanks to you, mate. Oh, that's good. I'm really pleased to hear that, Gene. RC is in the house. And G-Slick is back with us. ETH1 is in. David D is back with us. Good to see you here. Stephen King is back. And G-Slick is saying go VeChain. I think that was the one that... was it the one you got into as well, Gene? I think it was the one you got into as well, Gene. TFD charts, we will look at that as well. Crypto Dread is back with us as well. Good to see you here. So early in the morning as well. I know your clocks went back over in the US as well, so you're back at normal time. Okay, so what's happening with Bitcoin? So looking at this horizontal kind of trading zone just now, this channel, horizontal channel that we're trading in just now, from about 9,150 to round about this area here at round about 9,600. We're going up again, 9,391, which is good. But what I do want to show you is the CME futures. I'll get rid of this. So we see here overnight, last night or yesterday, and we'll just go on to the 4-hourly. You can see round about, it was yesterday actually. I'm going to go to the hourly. I want to see kind of what hour it was. 7 o'clock. I didn't even notice this yesterday. Obviously didn't check the CME charts. But there was a big drop in the Bitcoin futures price. Obviously, this is not physically back, so it doesn't have an effect on the actual price of Bitcoin itself. But it did go down to as low as 8,360. So, technically, this gap that we were talking about has now been filled. The CME futures gap. So technically it has been filled. So this leads us or gives us or paves the way to come up to this next gap here at 11,700 to 11,900 or so. So I think we're going to have a slow ascent to 11,000 or up to 12,000. That's basically what I'm saying. We're going to go up to 12,000, I think, is the next level of support there. And we'll go back to here. So there's going to be some resistances along the way, obviously, and 10,000 mark is going to be a resistance, purely a psychological barrier as well. That's going to be a resistance there. And we're going to get resistance 10.5, 10,900, and all the way up to 12,000. But I think 12,000 is really achievable. We've crossed over on the daily. We're still looking very bullish here as well. Just have a look at the RSI here. Still we're quite high on the RSI, around about 59 or so, but not too high. That's not going to push up. And volume is doing okay. I'd like to see more volume in Bitcoin just now. But volume is doing okay. So that's where we stand. So I think that's what's going to happen with regards to kind of Bitcoin price. I think we're going to charge on up or slowly rise up to 12,000 before Christmas. Or it could be a quick ascent up to that. We're at 9,400. So it's flirting with 9,400. So next level we're looking, we want to break this 9,600, get out of this channel. Once we break that, then we're on to when we're up to $10,000 for the Bitcoin price. But I think what's going to happen as well, we're seeing a lot of the alts moving as well. And we'll just have a look at the alts market. You can see this is still rising just now. This is the total market capitalization of the alts. So this is not including Bitcoin. This is just for the alts just now. So it's steadily rising just now, day by day. So are we in alt season? Is this the start of another alt season for us as well? We'll need to wait and see. We can see the volume is picking up as well. So it's looking good for the alts at the moment. It's looking really good for the alts, I would say. Just jump back to chat. Vincenzo Coca-Cola, very exciting for you to see you on Swell. And Brad Kimes. So the Swell is coming up tomorrow. The Swell event for XRP is coming up tomorrow. And we'll have a look at the XRP chart as well. Bernard Ronald is in the house as well. Okay, XRP BTC, we'll just have a wee look at that. And we spoke about this yesterday as well, looking at the Swell events from the past couple of years and what happened to the price. But the same hasn't happened this time, I have to say. So it's not happened this time. Usually 2 weeks before the Swell event for XRP, it goes up by about 100% or so. It's not done that this time. It's not done that. It's gone up, obviously. So it's gone up from the 22nd of September, up 36%. But usually we're seeing 100% and 200% in the past as well before the Swell event. So my thinking is it's going to go up after the Swell event. So I think what's happening here with regards to the Swell event, before people would trade on rumours and news. They would trade on rumours and news. A lot of it rumours. And I think that's what's been happening over the last couple of years. And I think that's what's happening with XRP just now. So a lot of people are just jumping on it, but people are much more savvy now. And they're more savvy in the crypto market as a whole and just looking at projects much deeper. They're digging into them much deeper than before, because we've all been burned with these bloody ICOs and the kind of rip-off merchants that were out there and the kind of bad actors that were out there as well. So a lot of people are really cautious. So I think once XRP and the kind of the Swell event as well, once the news comes out and ripples throughout that, no pun intended, but once the news comes out from the Swell event and what Brad Garlinghouse is doing and the team are doing, I think that's when it'll start to go up after that. So we might stay at these levels. I was expecting a slight drop down to below 3,000, maybe 2,800, 2,700. That's not happening either. So it could be that we're going to bounce from the 50 EMA levels altogether. But I do expect this to go up and expect work they've got as well. It's just, I just think they're doing amazing stuff. A lot of people don't like them. I get that, but it's just my opinion as well. Do your own research and all that. Okay, so what's happening with Binance? IoTex put out a tweet. Don't know if you've seen this. So what do IoTex, Google, Amazon, Sony, Intel, Bosch and other top tech companies have in common? Take a guess in the comments below. So this is what they kind of pushed out an hour ago. So it's leading to something. Obviously there's something coming, a major announcement coming on Thursday. And this is what I was saying as well. People are acting and trading on sentiment and news as well. This is why I'm looking at the sentiment. But they're still digging deeper. They know that IoTex are a good company, so they've obviously done the research, but they're still going up. So this is why it's good. You can trade on news, but short term. So this is people guessing. So this is why IoTex has jumped up by this much just now. So up 31%, 66. And there's no previous indication, maybe apart from here at the beginning of October. So it jumped up 90% then. So I wonder if people knew beforehand. Okay, VeChain is still going up, still rising just now. It has been as high as 500. We're going to see resistance, major resistance points before then, obviously. Next one being around about 62, 63. Once you get through that, you're talking around about 82 and then up to 100. So I think it could do that in step formation. So it's just going to go up in steps and plateaus and steps. But this could be the start of VeChain really making a move for it as well. RLC is going back up again. I said and that was going to go up to 10,000 Satoshi. It's making its way up again for RLC. I really like the look of that as well. What else is jumping up? So yesterday I got back in, so CMT I got out of. That crossed over, and there's a couple of other indicators to suggest it was going to jump up, and I still think it is going to jump up, but it's not quite ready yet. So I got out of CMT and back into ERD. ERD is down to 23 just now, 23.24, but I still think this is going to make a move. I think it might bounce, come off the 22 area, the 70 EMA, and then bounce up from there. Hopefully it is going to do that, because as I said yesterday, I managed to get 22% or 23% trade on this, and I got back into it lower than I got out of it. So I'm hoping it bounces from here as well. And I said yesterday this was the bogey coin as well for me. Every time I've got in, I've kind of lost, but I turned it around yesterday. So I'm back in again to ERD just now, because I think they're just going to go up, and I see 35 Satoshi level coming in. So I need to wait and see. It's going down just now. It's not concerning at the moment for me. The volume is good. I'm looking at that there. The RSI needs to come down a wee bit, and with this drop in price, the RSI will be coming down. ERD BTC, we'll just have a look at that as well. So you can see the volume going up there, good volume in it just now, but obviously coming down. So we'll just take a look at the RSI. And this is on a daily. So it's starting to come down. So it might kind of come down, plateau around about this level. But I mean, the RSI could go up to well over 70 and stay above that. So I'm expecting that's what's going to happen with the ERD. If it breaks 22, I need to probably get back out again. If it breaks down below that 22, but it'll still be above on the daily. So I need to wait and see. But yeah, I've got a good feeling about ERD, and it's showing all the good kind of bullish indicators there as well. Whereas previously when I got into them, there wasn't as many bullish indicators, but now there's even more than normal. So I'm bullish on ERD. Right, I was going to look at as well. I wanted to show you something, a video that's seen from Eric Verhees as well. I'm just going to show you just now. See if I can play this. So this is from Nuggets News. I'll just see if I can play this just now. I don't know if I will. Oh yeah, here it is here. And so this is Alex from Nuggets News. Don't know if you've checked out his channel, but check out, really good, really well informed kind of videos that he puts out there, and very intelligent guy, and just really like his channel. So check this out, but I'm going to play this for you just now. I'm just going to get it set up first. You should be able to listen to the audio.
There's going to be people that take profits, and then there's value in those. Place it's a lot higher.
No, the audio is not there. I should have got that before. I don't think the audio is there. Let me know if the audio was coming in on that. Just now I don't think it was. It wasn't shown there at least. I wanted to show you that, but you can check out the video as well. I'll put a link down below, but check out the latest video from Nuggets News. I don't think the audio was on that. It's a shame. I know we're kind of lagging behind as well. I'll try and get back to that. It was showing right. Okay, I'm going to go back to it because I do think it is worth playing. So I'm going to go back to it. I'll just go back a little bit.
Now there's 100 times leverage. I actually think that might smooth things out a bit because there's going to be people that take profits, and then there's value investors that are going to step in. So for people at home, it's very hard to understand why Bitcoin has these cycles. But do you agree it's just very much, we're going to this place that's a lot higher, and we're going to have people that make money and take profits along the way?
I think the way to understand the cycles is as follows. If you have the thesis that Bitcoin is going to take over the world, which I do, you just take that as true for a second. There's only so many of them. So as it takes over the world, the price of the coins has to rise, right? So it would be impossible for that price to go in a smooth upward trend, because if that was happening, let's say, every month it went up by 10%, something relatively smooth for Bitcoin. It doesn't take too many months of that before people are like, wow, this thing every month it goes up 10%. That's the best investment in the universe. I'm going to buy that. Mm-hmm. What you basically get is people front loading that growth, and you turn a straight line growth into a parabolic bubble. It's kind of inevitable. And then at some point the bubble is way overdone. It's hard to say at what point that is, but at some point it pops, and then it collapses back, and it goes through a correction phase. But that's really the only way that this can work. It can't go up in a straight line. It's not going to stay flat because it's growing, and it's not going to go down because it's changing the world and it's going to replace fiat all over the world. So really the only way to do that is through these speculative bubbles, and people just need to appreciate that pattern. Even though the bubbles are predictable, it's very hard to predict how long they last, how high they go, when they pop, how far they'll fall, and then all the volatility in the interim. But the bubbles, I think, will continue to happen for a while. They will moderate over time in percentage terms. And after Bitcoin's taken over the world, it'll be a relatively smoother asset, and you won't get bubbles, but you won't have 1,000x returns anymore either.
Yeah, and I kind of think that the bottleneck of what happened on chain maybe pushed Bitcoin to slightly higher than it naturally would have gone, and with the 100 times leverage, maybe pushed it further down to where it would have gone in a perfect world when it hit 3K. I don't know, but I definitely think in the next cycle that's going to be smoothed out because of all the trading and the volumes we see these days in the other products. And then the next correction might be, say, 60%, and then the following halving we might have a correction that's, say, 40%, and then all of a sudden, the Aussie dollar's gone down 40% in the past 10 years. All of a sudden, we're competing with very normal movements of forex currencies.
Yeah, and then the day-to-day, Bitcoin is as stable roughly as a large cap stock. That was not the case in 2011. It would, 10, 20, 30% moves in a day were very common back then. Now they're rare. The move just, a week ago was wild. That was 30% in a day. That has not happened since 2011. Yeah. So that was shocking. But those are the exception, kind of that prove the rule.
So I just wanted to show you that because I just think that's interesting coming from Eric, where he's talking about kind of Bitcoin and the kind of Bitcoin bubbles that are happening. So you get these kind of large kind of rises, then kind of drop backs or pullbacks, then large rises and the pullbacks. And what he's essentially saying there is this is going to happen for a while. It's still going to happen for a while now, and it's going to keep on going up, come back down, keep on going up, come back down. Eventually it'll just kind of stabilize, and you heard him there, it's just going to be like a large cap kind of coin, a large cap share or something like that, where the movements are just going to be like a large cap. So eventually that will come down. You're not going to get the 1,000% gains, but this is why I still think it's so important to get in just now, because I see that happening as well. That we're going to get these kind of rises and falls as well. And he said that it's going to take over the world. I don't think I'd go with that as well. I know Gordy Boyd's saying it's not going to take over the world. The only people that think that are the people that hold in Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to take over the world. I think it's going to be a major asset class. A major asset class. And we're talking in line with gold, I'd say. That's my thinking. I don't think necessarily now, we're looking at the kind of monetary system and the way it is, I don't think it's going to overtake the dollar or the pound or the euro, whatever. I don't think it's going to do that. I don't think it's ready for that. Yeah, it's definitely not ready for scalability. Obviously, because of scalability, it's not ready for it. It's just not ready at all for it. But tech in the future is going to be changing. tech is going to change Bitcoin as well. It's going to change Ethereum. It's going to change all these kind of projects as well. And I think it could be the world currency as well. If China have got anything to do with it, then we could see something like that happening. Just like saying, I want one of those BTC teddies. He's got on his shelf. I need to see where we get them. I don't know another person, family or friends who are interested in crypto. Not everybody knows about it yet. This is why we're still at the very early stage. Blockchain technology is another story. Adoption like the internet will be massive. It will be massive. Totally massive. And it is, we're starting to see the benefits of blockchain already, which is the underlying technology, not necessarily cryptocurrency, but I do agree with that as well. Blockchain is really going to change the world like the internet as well. But I still see Bitcoin as going to change the world as well. I really do. I think it's going to be one of those inventions that we're going to be speaking about 100 years' time as the day when kind of the monetary system was changed. And we're going to be talking about 2008, 2009 as those years that everything changed. Google Fiatly can check it out. All right. Give me more on that, Crypto Dread. I don't know what that means. Every time I talk about crypto to family or friends, they seem to get angry and confused or look at the sky and walk away. That's kind of a similar situation where I've got just now. Their eyes start to glaze over when I'm talking about it at kind of dinner parties or something like that. And the eyes glaze over and I go, right, I'll stop talking about this. Obviously, they're not interested in it at all. But that's fine. That's cool. Once they do realise, it's not going to be too late, but they're going to be late to the party, so to speak. Okay, a couple of news stories we're going to look at, or I was going to look at. Analysts have called 7,300 Bitcoin price in July, expect a 100% surge. This is Roger Quantrillo. I don't know if you've seen kind of Roger as well. He was saying we're going to test 7,850 to 7,350 levels, and there's nothing you can do about it. That was back in July, which obviously it did can reset price back in July. We'll just have a look. BTC USD. I'll get rid of the RSI again. So we can see back in July, this is when we came down to around about those levels. This is when I said it around about these levels, and it kind of did reach it in September, 7,700, and did get down to 7,300. So he was right. So they're kind of picking up on this story, and Roger's now come out and saying Bitcoin infusion-wise at bottom is already in since December 2018. There was another chart he was talking about. Yeah, this is a tweet here on November the 2nd. 17.2k by end of the year 2019. So this is what Roger Quantrillo. So you're going to get a lot of these people kind of coming out and kind of quoting that as well. Dovey Wan, I've spoken about her before. She's got an interesting tweet out there. Hong Kong watchdog has set new crypto exchange regulations. Financial regulator will publish a regulatory framework for cryptocurrency exchanges later on Wednesday. And that's going to be interesting to see that story coming out as well, to see what happens there. Dovey Wan, if you don't follow her, she's got her ear to the ground in Asia, so definitely follow her as well. We've seen that already from IOTX. Eternity releases final hard fork software to compete with Ethereum. I just want to see where Eternity are doing just now. They've crossed on over. This could be a good time to look at Eternity just now. So they're coming off their all-time low, around about the 1700 level, and they're going up. They've kind of gone up from the all-time low by about 50%, which is not that much at all, to be honest. So we're kind of looking at 3,000 level here, 5,500 level here. So I think Eternity could do really well. And this news story, I was looking at it before, and this news story just came out as well. Said Eternity announced in a press release published on November the 5th that the introduction of Lima improves the network's virtual machines, governance and naming system. And the purpose of the update, explicitly described in the announcement, is to challenge Ethereum and other blockchain platforms. So this could do well. We'll see what the market cap is. Just now we've got 70 million market cap. We've got 66 million volume, circulating supply 289 million, total supply 335 million, so it's nearly up to the total supply of that. It has been as high as 1.1 billion, and the Satoshi value has been as high as 52,000. It's now at 20 or 2,500, so 20 times from where it is just now. So they want to be a direct competitor to Ethereum. Now, I've not looked deeply into them, but it could be a good short-term play just now. Bitcoin mining no longer in danger of being banned by Chinese government. This is from You Today. And China makes a U-turn on its plan to ban cryptocurrency mining by removing it from the finalized list of industries that are supposed to be eliminated. So China has this kind of list of industries that they want to eliminate by a certain kind of period of time, and Bitcoin mining was on it but has been taken off. So Bitcoin mining has disappeared from the finalized version of the list of industries activities that China's central state planner wants to eliminate. This could be good news for Bitcoin as well. Hong Kong SEC to release criteria on crypto exchanges, why it's big for the industry. So this is what I was talking about before with Dovey Wan, was kind of saying that. Over the past 2 years, ever since the official imposition of the cryptocurrency trading ban by the government of China, most traders in the region are said to have moved into the Hong Kong cryptocurrency exchange market. And many Chinese investors trade cryptos through OTC trading platforms based in Hong Kong, by selling and purchasing stablecoins like Tether with a slight premium. As said by Wan, the establishment of a clear guideline for crypto exchange applications could benefit exchanges that are used by Chinese investors like Huobi. So this could actually be quite big, so we'll be keeping an eye on that news story as well. I'll not bother kind of saying that, but just to give you the headline, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse once again states that only those cryptocurrencies that have real use cases will be able to survive. So he's saying 99% of the cryptocurrencies that are out there will kind of die. We've been saying that for a while. I wouldn't say 99%, but a large proportion of them will just kind of disappear or stop being traded. I don't think they'll disappear, I just think they'll stop being traded. Okay, if you want me to look at any charts, let me know in the comments area just now. I'm just going to see if we've finished everything just now. This is on KuCoin. TRTL is up 51% on 5 Bitcoin worth of volume. You can see that's a big jump there. TFL also up big time as well. TFL, just have a look. Flip. Just make sure the volume is kind of matching up. 82,000 volume. What did it say here? 6.36, which is about not quite 82, like 54,000. IoTeX was seen doing well. WGP is up as well. Open is up. Meta, we were talking about Metadium as well, and that is up. Sol is up to 601. I think Sol's going to do really well still. Or Phantasma, been in and out of that trading as well. KuCoin is still the problem with liquidity just now. So you can trade on this and make money, but it's only with them small amounts, unless it's kind of large trading volumes on here. But there's not at the moment. Still love KuCoin, still like trading on it, but it's just a liquidity issue at the moment. Go back to Binance, see what's there. RLC going for it. Okay, so somebody mentioned before. TFD charts, somebody was saying. Charts, CoinTrader. TFD. So I've not looked in this for about a year and a half or something. On the daily, it's kind of skirting with the 50 EMA. It's near its all-time low, coming up its all-time low 22. So it's went up 100% since then. I know that seems a lot, but when you consider where it's come down from, it has had a high And just this year, the high has been 286. So, don't know about that. I don't know what they're doing at the moment, obviously. I never looked into it for a while. But T Foods, I think they're very similar to Teal, or Wabi, as you might know it. So I think they're very similar to them. But so they could do well, but I've never looked at it. But from a TA point of view, volume is low. You can see down here that the volume is low on this just now. It has crossed over on a daily, which is a good sign, but it's just skirting with that 50 EMA and looks as if it's going to cross back down over. But the volume is low on this. So I'll be looking at the volume, just have a wee look. TFD and see what the volume is on CoinMarketCap. Yeah, it's only 1600. So the volume is not high on this at all. What's the average? 2,000-3,000. Yeah, it's regularly under kind of 5,000, the volume. So that's not a good sign either. It looks as if it's crossing back down over. So I would say it's not a good time to get in just now. If you're looking to get in, if you're just thinking about getting in just now. ETH1, what changed after a DAI? CryptoDread is a website that shows you the coins. Right, Google Fiat leak. Right, ETH1 CoinMarketCap. Come on, folks, crush the like. Says Gene, Turtlecoin had a pump. Yeah, 50%. And can you look at Cardano? I've not looked at Cardano for a while. It just seems to be ambling along just now. 485 at the moment. So we're kind of going sideways. You can see we've got a kind of horizontal channel here, or an accumulation zone. We'll just have a look at this one a second. I like to have it on a new pen. Okay, so yeah, it just seems to be accumulating just now. So we've got a kind of channel going on here. Boxes, man. That's quite a long period now for Cardano. You can make that higher. And we're going back to the 7th of August here. We're in this channel at the moment. And it's going from 400, say, up to the kind of 550 level. So still in this channel just now. It's going up just now. Looks as if it's going to cross back up over the 50 EMA, which is a good thing. Kind of flirted with it back in the beginning of October. But we need a kind of decisive break from here. We need a decisive break from the 500 level as well. And then on up to 640-ish level. But we're still trading in this channel just now. Expect obviously with Shelley testing as well coming out, more stuff coming out from the Shelley testing. I think we're going to see that rising as well. But this is a long-term hold for anybody. It's definitely a long-term hold. Cardano are very slow and methodical in what they're doing, which is not a bad thing at all, which means it's still going to be around here in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years time. But they're very slow and methodical, so don't expect kind of big, huge jumps or sharp spikes. It's slow and steady for Cardano, so it's definitely a long-term hold. But still looking good. To me, they're in this kind of accumulation zone just now. So yeah, still looking good for me. Godboy, I'm expecting it to rise leading up to the testnet staking incentive. Yeah. Gene, another brilliant show, Stephen. Thanks for the past nearly 2 years. All your hard work and interest keeping us going through the hard times in crypto. Roll on 2020. Just imagine a full-on bull run. Oh my God. I know. That'd be fantastic. That'd be brilliant. Yeah, you'll see a couple of YouTubers coming back, I would imagine, if that happens. But yeah, it's been a difficult year in 2019, I'd say. Really difficult. It's difficult to kind of stay on the channel as well. But we're here. We're still here. And we've still got a lot of the kind of regulars here as well, which is good to see. God of War saying thanks, Steve, my pleasure. Ajmal Salim is in the house. Welcome to you. ETH1 XRP. We've just looked at XRP there just now. We'll have a wee look. So we looked at the beginning. But as I said, it looks like it's going to bounce off the 50 EMA there and get some kind of a cup and handle formation there. That's what it looks like is going to happen, but it could just jump up, to be honest. I'm not getting this right at all, the brush here. So we're looking at that kind of formation happening by mid-November. You can see it going up to 3,700, come back down a wee bit, then back up if we're going to get this formation. For XRP. So as I said, I do expect it after the swell event, and once news comes out, I do think people are going to trade on the news, and probably XRP is going to go higher. That's what I think is going to happen. But we shall wait and see what happens with that. Get rid of this. What about Ethereum? I said Ethereum was going to go up. Ethereum BTC. Yeah, it's moving on up. It's still going up. It's up to the 2.05 million Satoshi level now. So it's going up all the time. Not big leaps and bounds, but it's going up all the time as well. We'll look at Ethereum USD. $193. So I do expect it to get to $300 soon. Probably before Christmas. It's just crossed up over the daily again. We've seen that. Litecoin, I'm expecting Litecoin to jump up as well. So just have a look at Litecoin USD. That's crossing over $63.57. We'll look at Litecoin BTC as well. So that is coming out. I'm just going to have a look and show you this other chart I made up. I'll show it. Yeah. So what we're doing for Litecoin just now, we are actually breaking out of a descending triangle here. For Litecoin, you can see that perfectly kind of formed there, breaking out there. Plus, it actually looks as if it's going to kind of jump up over the 50 EMA there, the 70 EMA crossing. Volume is not as good as I'd expect, so that's a downside to that just now. But there's loads of kind of bullish signs to say that Litecoin is going to break out from here and could break up to the upside quite quickly as well. So expect another run on Litecoin. We kind of called it earlier on in the year, but I think it was down about $30 or something, and it did jump up massively, and I expect that to jump up again. Just have a look. I don't think on USD. Yeah, I think it was back here, back in January when I called it and said it was going to jump up to $100, and it did jump up to $100. I think the same is going to happen again. So I think we're going to have another run up, another charge up to $100 for Litecoin as well. But again, a slow and steady charge. It's not going to be a spike up there. That's my thinking. Check out the Wix chart, Steve. I just keep filling the bags and hodl. Yeah, Wix. Oh yeah, we've seen that earlier on kind of crypto bubbles. 3.8 million. Wix, BTC. This is on daily. It's very bitty, very up and down. So it looks. That's strange with the volume there. Volume 24, 3.8. Oh no, it's only 3,000. I thought it was 3.8 million. I was going to say it's very bitty for a chart that's got 3.8 million. Yeah, so the volume is not there. And the volume's not really there for Wixlar, so I wouldn't pay too much kind of attention to that just now. So it's going to be up and down. You can see it's up and down by 70 and 100% sometimes. So yeah, I wouldn't pay too much attention to that unless you're kind of trading it and you get in the bottom. But I would imagine liquidity is going to be extremely low for that as well. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. Thank you very much for joining me again. I really appreciate your time. And if you want to kind of join us in the free group, there's a link down below for the free group. You can also join us in the premium group if you wanted. I'm thinking about kind of changing the structure of the premium group. I changed it mid-year to a kind of yearly kind of price. I might change it back to a kind of monthly price at $37 a month. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments down below or in the comments just now. But I might change it back to $37 a month for kind of new people coming in. So we'll see how that goes. I thought the pricing structure would change and it would help, but it hasn't really, to be honest. So we'll see what happens there. But thank you for watching today again. Really appreciate your time, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits.